Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you guys about, how to practice at the gun range with a shoulder holster, right? So how to get the gun out of the holster, right? Not point it at the guy next to you as you point the gun downrange. Because if you do that, if you point the gun at the guy next to you, he's going to get really angry at you. The range safety officers is also going to get angry at you. At the very least, you're going to get yelled at, right? And there's a good chance that they're going to throw you off the range. So we don't want that to happen. So today we're going to talk about a technique for safely practicing at the range in a way that you don't get everybody around you upset, okay? So the holster that I'm using here, this is Craft Holsters shoulder holster made by Falco. I did a previous review on this. It's my nicest holster. I mean, I love it. I mean, it's a $250 holster. But it is a really nice holster, nice workmanship. It's got the extra magazine pouch over here, which serves as an excellent counterweight, okay? Because here's the thing, if you got the gun here and nothing on this side, everything seems to shift over to that side. So when they designed this, it was a really great idea to add two magazine pouches over here because that kind of, it acts as a counterweight, keeps everything nice and balanced. So right now, as I'm holding this, these two magazines, which are full, counterweight the gun. So, and I feel balanced. I don't feel like I'm off balance. So, really, really great design. So, yeah, if you haven't seen that review, go check it out. I will put a link below in the description. So, let's get into it. Let's talk about how to draw your gun so that you can practice. So, here's the thing. Gun always has to stay downrange, right? Very basic rule. So, here's the thing. What I'm going to do is if I'm shooting in that direction, right, I'm shooting at those targets, I'm going to turn my body that way, pointing the gun downrange. Lift my arm up. I need to lift my arm up because I don't want to point the gun into my arm, right? So I'm going to reach over here. There's a little thumb release over here on this holster. Right? I'm going to press that thumb release to release the gun. With my arm up, I'm going to pull the gun out. Right, gun is, again, pointing down range. And then I'm going to turn, get my hand on the ground, right, decock, right, arm up, get it back into the holster. So the whole time, basically, the gun was pointing down range, right? I never pointed it anywhere else other than down range. Now, the pistol that I'm using here is a SIG 2022, which is a double action, single action pistol. And that's really important because this is a leather holster, right? And what happens is over time, leather, it goes through changes. It can loosen up, stiffen up, collapse a little bit. So if you're going to have a holster like this, if you're going to be wearing a leather shoulder holster, right? That's leather, fully leather, no kydex in there, right? You have to use a gun that's either double action only or double action, single action. I would not put, something like a Glock into this holster. Hey, I mean, right now it's a new holster, so it's stiff enough that it would be safe. But over time, as when you're wearing it, you're sweating into it, it gets wet, whatever. Over time, the leather is going to, can slowly deform. So you want a gun that is double action, single action. Now, an interesting thing, the thing that actually made me think about this, if you notice with that shot I just took, I missed the first shot. And part of the reason why I missed it is I forgot that first shot was going to be a stiffer trigger pull. So I was like pulling that trigger. I'm like, well, and then as I was pulling, I remembered, yeah, it's a double action trigger. So if you're used to shooting, striker fired guns, and now you put on a shoulder holster to shoot this, remember you gotta, you gotta make that switch. Okay, so let's do this again. So again, I'm shooting that way. Right, I'm going to turn my back so that the gun is pointed downrange. Use the thumb safety here, release that, pull the gun out, right? See my elbows up so I'm not pointing the gun into my arm. Turn my body, go all the way out. Take the safety off. Remember, when you reholster this gun, you have to make sure you decock the gun, right? You got to drop that hammer. It's not safe to put this gun in the holster with the hammer back because that's how this gun is meant to be safely carried, hammered down. Okay, so why would anybody want to have a shoulder holster as opposed to you know, a belt holster like I have here. Well, here's the thing: if you are a professional driver, if you make a living sitting in a car all day, right? Car seat wraps around a little bit over here. It can be really hard to get to your gun, which is basically right next to the seat belt over here. This is an ideal way to carry a gun if you spend most of your day in the car, right? I got to tell you, like, I own some, some earth moving equipment, right? Some tractors. A lot of times I'm working, and then, there's a seat belt over here, and as I'm, reaching back to manipulate different things, this sometimes over here, having a gun over here at your waist, can be a little awkward, a little cumbersome. Having the gun over here, if you're sitting in the chair all day, is a lot more comfortable. Also, yeah, if your job is a desk job all day, and let's say you're in a situation where, hey, you don't know who's coming into your store or into your office, having a shoulder holster might be better than having a gun at your hip. So it's just something for you guys to consider. Most professional drivers prefer a shoulder holster. Okay, so let's try this one more time. So we're shooting that way. All right, let's see if I'm getting a little bit better with this double action, single action trigger, because I don't shoot this too often anymore. All right, so let's go out. Right. So yeah, I definitely gotta be practicing a little bit more with this SIG 2022, because every time I shot, I missed that first shot and I made the second shot. So, that gives me some immediate feedback that, hey, I haven't shot this gun in a long time, so I got to practice a little bit more with that double action trigger squeeze. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You found it useful. I'll put some links below in the description in case you guys like this holster, want to check it out. But yeah, it is my nicest holster. Some really nice workmanship that went into this thing. Really proud of this thing. It's very adjustable. So yeah, and it goes around the back so you guys know how to back it. Oh, and it's got these little straps here too that you can actually hook it up to your belt. It help control it a little bit more. So that's also well thought out. And these are removable, right? If you decide that you don't like these are removable. So it's a great holster. I mean, like I said, I love this holster. So thanks for watching. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time.